Good morning, everyone. My name is Pastor Mose, and this is Mosen Podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about corrupted system. But first, because the revolution of Iran is still going on, I need to say something. انقلاب مردم ایران همچنان در جریانه و هفته هفتم هم تقریبا تموم شده. سیستم فاسد فکر میکرد که به زودی تموم میشه. من الان تقریبا 2 ماهه که همچنان تظاهرات داره ادامه پیدا میکنه. ولی کور خوندن مردم ایران همچنان ادامه میدن تا هدف کل نظامه. دیدید این سیبلو روی دیوار که وقتی هدف میگیری و نشانه میگیری و میزنی، هدف کل نظامه. هدف نابودی یک نفره. هدف ما نابودی یک نفره. کل نظام. ولی فقیه، پدری که برای همه تصمیم میگیره. هدف کل نظامه. یه ویدیو داشتم میدیدم، توی هواپیما یک مادری با بچه کنار یک مرد نشسته بودن. بچه با مرد کنار هم نشسته بود. بچه هم کنارش نشسته بود توی هواپیما. مادر خیلی مؤدبانه با احترام به مرده گفت بچه من میتونه جای شما بشینه؟ میخواد پنجره بیرون رو نگاه بکنه. فهم کنی مرده چی جواب داد؟ گفت نه. چرا نه؟ دلیل داره چرا نه. به خاطر اینکه از الان بچه باید یک درس ارزشمند یاد بگیره. اونم اینه که جهان هستی اینجوری کار میکنه. هر چی که میخوای به دست نمیاری. خیلی چیزا شما میخواین، خیلی چیزا من میخوام، خیلی چیزا آنها میخوان، خیلی چیزا او میخواد. میخواین صرف کنم من تو او. من خیلی چیزا میخوام، تو خیلی چیزا میخوای، او خیلی چیزا میخواد، ما خیلی چیزا میخوایم، شما خیلی چیزا میخواید، آنها خیلی چیزا میخواهند. اینم دسته زبان فارسی. ولی که به هر چی که میخوای که نمیتونی دست پیدا بکنی. میخوام شرط نیست. جهان هستی اینجوری کار میکنه. هر چی که بخوای بهش نمیرسی. این بچه از الان باید یاد بگیره که هر چی میخواهی، تو هر چی که میخواهی نمیتونی بهش برسی. Okay, let's go back to our topic and start talking about corrupted system. Corrupted system is a system that's full of hypocrisy, full of lies, full of gossip, full of hatred, full of violence. برای همینه میگه که با مهران مدیری میگه با مردم خشونت نکنید. وقتی یک سیستمی پر از خشونته، پر از غیبته، پر از دروغه، این میشه corrupted system. The headline on the front cover of Times May 25 contained simply 2 words. What's wrong? What's wrong? That's only 2 words. What's wrong? I want to share a couple paragraphs about that. That lead article says that what's wrong? Because it gives us a shocking glimpse of the moral fiber of America. Magazine published in USA in America. So he was writer or magazine, whatever, was talking about USA, America. But it applied to Canada as well. Hypocrisy, betrayal, and greed unsettle the nation's soul. Once again, it is morning in America. But this morning, Wall Street financiers are nervously scanning the papers to see if their name have been linked to the insider trading scandal. There is so many scandal in the church. We see the name, oh, so and so had scandal, so and so had scandal, with the picture of them. They had a scandal. Even sometimes they get fired. Lead pastor get fired. So sometimes a scandal in the church happen. Oh, Catholic Church, کشیشا تجاوز میکنن. توی کلیسای کاتولیک کشیشا تجاوز میکنن به بچه ها. کشیشا به بچه ها تجاوز میکنن. It happens all the time. Presidential candidates are picking through drawn curtains to make sure that reporters are not staking out their private lives. No, everybody knows about paparazzi. They go after famous people to reach into private lives. And people are nosy. I don't know why. Why people are so nosy. They put their nose on famous people's private life and what they do. They are interested what they do. And paparazzi job is feeding those nosy people. In Washington, lobbyist who once breakfasted regularly in the White House mess is brooding over his investigation by an independent counsel. In Quantico, Virginia, the Marines are preparing to court-martial one of their own. They bring one of their own to the court. One of their own, guys. You guys, pay attention. One of their own. They send him to the court. And then in Palm Springs, California, a husband and wife televangelist team, they from the TV they send a message to, oh guys, you guys, think negatively. When you evangelize negative thinking and you adore Satan, you are satanic people. It's clear. It's so clear. When you encourage negative thinking, you are satanic. Deal with it. A husband and wife was in the team. They had a program every week. درس های خانواده whatever. Once the adored synocer of 500,000 faithful are beginning another day of seclusion. Maybe just maybe Shaya it is not published today. Maybe that big magazine is not published today, but it's related today. Believe me. It is the same for America and Canada today. And also it applies to some of the churches with corrupted system that they copy corrupted system of Iran and they bring it to the church. Believe me, just believe me. They copy, they announced that they copy the system of Iran and bring it to the church. Obama, the first black Muslim who reside in White House, he apologized to help. He said, "Oh, I made a mistake that I helped the corrupted system of Iran. I apologize." So, what are you waiting for? If you help corrupted system of Iran, you should apologize too. Presidential candidates always hide in the background and they show us nonsense. They promise so many things when they candidate themselves to be president. They promise a lot of things which is not real. Actually, which is not real. If you look at the stage, you see beautiful people, beautiful faces with beautiful voices, beautiful speech, everything seems beautiful. But in the background, they are and they act like a jerk. That's the reality. That's the difference. There is so many difference between what you see on the stage and what is reality in the background. That is the problem. What's wrong? This is what is going on wrong. Today, instead of people are afraid, before people was afraid, but now it switched. It switched. Leader of corrupted system are being afraid instead of people being afraid. That's why they are running and they want to hide. But there is no need to hide. There is no need to run. Face the reality. Face the reality. Instead of hiding, instead of running, face the reality. Lamentation and negative thinking along with false information is in the air. In its spiritual renewal, church finds itself wallowing in moral failure. Ethics, often dismissed as a pre-Sunday school word. When you show them what is wrong, there is a good question. What is wrong? That's a good question. I told you before, I quoted from my talking. I quoted. Sometimes good question give answers to bad questions. When I was in high school, I was 12th grade of high school. In the exam, my teacher didn't allow me to raise my question aloud. He was saying, call me and I come near to you and you can ask your question from me. Don't raise your voice and ask question. Why? Because with your question you answer other person questions. Only with a question you can answer others' question. That's why good question answer the bad questions. When you show them what is wrong, They ignore or dismiss it. Me, I don't make any mistakes. They dismiss it completely. بعدن جواب تو رو میدم. نهایت کاری که میتونم بکنن منتقلش کنن که بعد حالا بیا بعدن جواب تو میدم. بعدن. But when? When is the later? One day. When is that one day? It's for later. No one knows when. One day. That's for later. تو زبان فارسی یک ضرب المثلی داریم که میگه بزک نمیر بهار میاد کنبوزه با خیار میاد. به این وعده ها میگن وعده سرخرمن. Pastors get fired because their morality failure. The word is calling attention to what is wrong. The word is calling attention to what I consider the biggest problem in our community today. The lack of morality and ethics. Bad behavior and acting like a jerk are rooted in churches. The Christian community faces an incredible credibility problem among leaders. Pastors lose their credibility. They have to force people to respect them. باید به من احترام بگذاری. اجازه نمیدم حرف بزنی به من احترام بگذاری. They have to force people to respect them. People, they don't have any respect for pastor and leader of the church anymore. That's why. That's what's wrong. If we don't get hold of this situation and turn it around, تا ثریا می رود دیوار کج. It will cause more damage to the church. Pastors should force to respect them. What a disaster. Nobody respects leaders. People have free will. They can come and they can go. You cannot lock or chain people to stay in your churches. You cannot do that. Fortunately, you don't have the power to do that. You cannot make a box. I know, you built a lot of things, but you cannot make a box and put people in the box. You cannot prison people. That's out of your power. You cannot have. You don't have the power to do that. The church is like a military. You have to obey. You have to obey. You have to sit and listen. That's a military, not a church setting. Unfortunately, the corrupted system of Iran crept into the church. There is a book called The Man Who Could Do No Wrong. The writer is Dr. Charles Blair. He was a highly trusted pastor, a man with tremendous vision, who wanted to do something great for God. Unfortunately and unknowingly حواسش نبوده متاسفانه یه کاری کرده که خودش هم حواسش نبوده داره چی کار میکنه. He hired a fundraiser who did not share his ethics. As a result, he eventually found himself indicted and convicted of fraud. حواسش نبوده یه نفر استخدام کرده که رکورد آف مینستری داشته ولی they don't share the same ethics. He had moral failure. That's why he was convicted in the court of law. Okay, let me ask the question. I started with question and I want to end with this question. Let me ask this question. What is wrong? Did you invest in wrong person or what? Just find out for yourself. What is wrong? You don't need to answer it for me. I'm not asking question to get answer from you. Ask it for yourself. Find the answer for yourself. Think about it. And give an honest answer for yourself. Peace of God be with you all.